Record, and we are gonna rock and roll. All right, awesome. Hello, friends. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna give you this quick, looks like thing. I'm not sure what color it's called. I know it's the one I have on is a beauty control color. I like a little of everything. The funny thing is I like all those different types of lipsticks, but I really like, or like, you know, lip stains, a splash, and I love all those. But the funny thing is I really love lipstick because I love when there's something to mush in between my lips. All right, so here's a link. You can share this on your wall on Facebook and invite your team members to come watch this. And we like to make sure lots of people have the opportunity to see this. All right, good morning. So hello, everyone. Sorry we're getting started just a little bit late. My name is Michelle Withers, and I am the owner of Creative Success Systems, and we're talking all things team members today. And I'm going to admit, like, I've had a funky stomach bug all week, so I am trying to get my energy up. So I'm going to try to be excited, but tell you, like, whew, we're a little low on energy today, but I still have some great ideas for you, even if I'm not quite as like hyped up as I usually am. I think you're going to love these. So let's talk a little bit about team members, our teams, how to motivate them, and what they really need and want to hear. Okay. You're so sweet. Thanks, Christine. I don't know. We're going way slower than I thought I would. I don't get sick very often, so it's a little shocking. Okay, so let me tell you some secrets about team members and coaching and growing a team, and what you need to know is going to be way different than you probably expect, because most of you really believe you got to know a ton about your product and a ton about business to then help your team members be successful. And those things are really important, and those things definitely help. And we definitely want those things going on. Okay. But at the same time, the thing that's really important to understand is that our team members really want to know that we understand where they're at. Now, when I say that, I know all of you are like, well, I understand. I try to be really understanding. And I know you do. Like that, it's not a question of, is that something that you try to do? But it's more of how is it done? And is it being done in the most effective way? And one of the things that is so important to understand is that you do train your team members. You do give them opportunities to learn how to find team members or find clients, how to book parties, how to sell. You teach all that. You give them lots of opportunities. The thing that most of the time team members are saying when they reach out, when they say, I can't get any sales, I can't get any bookings, I can't get this, I can't get that. So much of the time, what they're saying really is, I am terrified. Over and over again, what people are really saying is, I am terrified. Okay? And understanding that is so important, because when they are terrified, they so badly need us to help them get to a place where they're more excited than they are scared. Okay. Shannon, I'm just going to ask you real quick. Can you make sure you shared this link to the live in both the Facebook event and on our Facebook group, please, sweetie pie? Thanks, girl. Okay, so understanding that people are really scared, okay, is so important to understand, okay? When they call and they're venting, when they message you, when they're, you know, negative Nellies, and it's really hard to listen to, really most of the time they're saying, Susie, Becky, Patricia, whatever your name is, I am freaking terrified. And when you remember that time when they first signed up and they were so excited and they were ready to go for it, and we tell them to go tell some friends and family, let's have a launch party, and for some reason we have this opinion that they can kind of go say it however they want when it's people they're familiar with their friends and family. But I really don't believe that's true. Those relationships with their friends and family are even more delicate than a relationship with someone they've never met before. They have to be trained how to talk to them carefully, how to ask them questions, how to find out if this product is something they even are interested in, and help them understand. Never should our friends and our family do us a favor by buying product, by hosting a party, okay? Find the people who need it. You know there are people who need your products. It doesn't matter what you sell. You know there are people who either need to buy it or need it for free as a hostess. We do not have to elicit favors from people. We need to teach them how to find out if this is something that they need, okay? And we're going to go over that in a second. But when they first got started, they were so much more willing to go do a few things because they were more excited than they were scared, okay? So important to understand that. When people's excitement has lowered and their fear is higher, they are never going to work smart. They are never going to make the habits they need. They are never going to do those things which are a little scary and make them get outside their comfort zone. We have to back up and listen to them and find out why they want to do this more than teach them how to do it to get them to make those first steps. Okay, so let me repeat that one more time. We have to go back and visit why they want to do this more than how they do it if we're going to get them to actually take those steps. So let me ask you this. I want you to comment down below, rather in the chat or on Facebook Live. Tell me, if you were to talk to 10 of your team members and give them advice, on average, how many of those 10 actually take the steps that you instruct them to do? So I heard from a lot of people it's pretty low. If you talk to 10 team members and you followed up with them a week later, how many out of the 10 usually actually follow through with your advice? Okay, so I'm hearing the numbers, I'm reading the numbers. This is what I usually see in here, pretty low, okay? So let me tell you why. When you give advice, okay, you're probably telling them stuff you've already told them before. You train them from the get-go. You've involved them in team meetings. You've sent them maybe a webinar of mine. They've heard stuff. They are scared. So let me tell you a couple things to do instead, okay? When they message you, now I joke all the time that you're going to have to literally bloody your virtual messaging tongue. You're going to have to step back. You're going to have to kind of bite your tongue and do something a little bit different, but it's a lot more effective and they're much more willing to take some steps, okay? So who's ready for a brand new idea? So give me some love. Give me, put the word idea. If you are like, okay, let's do something different here. Clearly giving them advice just is not doing it. So I know you're smart. I know you have great business skills, but if they don't use them, it doesn't do any good, right? Okay. So there's a couple questions that I like to ask. Excuse me. The first one I like to go back to and ask is this. First of all, I'm curious, why did you start with this company in the first place? Revisit that initial excitement. For some, they're going to talk about how much they love the product. Others, they're going to talk about the opportunity to make more money. Others, they're going to talk about the mission of the company. There's going to be different reasons for all of them, okay? The first thing I want to do is, okay, before we even do that, when they're venting, when they're frustrated, when they're expressing their, what's not happening that they want to have happen, there's 2 words you have to say. Now, please understand, we're not going to stay here and we're not going to let them keep venting, but they won't stop like, but this is horrible, this is hard, and this is horrible, and this is hard. If you don't first say these two words, I understand. Now, that doesn't mean you think it's okay, the action they're taking. That doesn't mean that you completely relate to them. But you do understand when it's hard. You do understand we have to get outside our comfort zone. You do understand that not everybody says yes. You do understand that this is an emotional stretch for a while until you've had enough success to know there's going to be some no's and there's going to be some yeses. Because I am telling you, 90% of the time, when they go, nobody will have a party, nobody will buy anything, nobody's commenting on my posts, what happened is they had 3 what they felt like no's or failures, and that shut them down, and they're like, yeah, this isn't fun anymore. I don't want to go there anymore. Okay? Do you all know what I'm saying? Do you hear that? So if you hear the word nobody, comment the word nobody if they act like there's nobody out there to buy. Okay? Is that what you hear? Nobody will buy, will sell, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Now, women, sometimes we're a little bit emotional, and we walk back here in our emotional brain, and we go, nobody will buy from me. And what they're saying is they're so scared they are going to fail. They are so scared they won't find the people that will buy from them. They're so scared other people won't trust them to buy from them. Okay? They are worried and they are fearful that all they're going to get is no's. And that's a yucky, horrible, very bad feeling, because it's not really no's. Okay? I mean, think about it. We're not really scared of the word no. We're scared of failing. Nobody wants to feel like they failed. Okay? So that's number 1. So you always have to stop. It will stop. You will see like this immense like slowdown of this negative energy they're like throwing at you. And you're like, oh, you know, you as a leader, you know to keep it positive. You know to listen to a new book or read a book. You know to put on some positive music. You know to go, you know, do something that will produce a quick success that day, so you can perpetuate that and do another one. Like some of you, like, you know how to do that. Others of you, you know, we still kind of get stuck sometimes. But these gals, they've got 3 no's. They don't have a whole lot of success yet. They're watching your success, the success of other leaders, and they're thinking, I'm not so-and-so. What makes me think I can do it? Okay? And you have got to say, I understand. It will slow down that negative vomiting that they're doing on you that you so badly don't want to listen to. And if you can at least get to a point where we can start talking about what to do, that at least feels better as a leader. But you've got to validate where they're at before you'll get them to move. Okay? There's no way. You cannot train them out of fear. Let me tell you that one more time. You can't give enough good training to get them over their fears. You have to get them wanting something bad enough that it's worth facing their fear. You all know, if you are a leader, if you've had some success, you know darn well you do not wake up one day with a less fear, and that's the day you finally have success, right? You know that you went and did it despite the fear. You did it through the fear. Are you with me? Okay, so if you have that knowledge that you have done it through the fear, comment fear down below. Okay, we are not going to get them to do it with fear being higher than excitement. Okay, you decided you wanted a trip. You decided you wanted a company level. You decided you wanted a bonus. You decided that you wanted X amount of dollars for your family. Whatever you decided, you made that decision. You kept it right here in the forefront of your brain, and you went and did it despite the fear. And I will bet money on the fact that all of you had success, that had lots of little failures. I think they're learning experiences, but lots of no's, lots of things that went bad, lots of things you even did wrong and you would do different now. Did you all make mistakes getting to your success? Did any of you get to the success you have now with a nice, smooth thing and not making any mistakes? Did you make mistakes? Okay? This is the deal, my friends. They are misunderstanding that you have to be perfect to be successful, that you're not going to have fear to be successful. Okay? That's a load of caca. That's not how it works. It's absolutely positively not how it works. All right? First of all, I understand. Now, second of all, I want you to go, okay, you know what? Let's step back for a second, because I know this can be really hard. So I got to ask you something just real quick. I'm just curious. Why did you decide to start with this business? What about it made you think, you know what? I'm going to give this a try. Why did you decide to do this? You've got to stop and get them to revisit that hope they had. Because the reason why they started was because they had hope. You had helped them see a vision. They had talked about what they wanted. There was some hope, okay? And when they message you or they call you and they start blah, 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 would you not agree what has happened is they have lost hope? Do you see that? Comment the word hope if you're like, oh, that's what happened. You can see that they have lost hope, my friends, okay? They did not forget everything you trained them on. They forgot why they were doing this. That is what happened, not the other way around, okay? My friends, you are good leaders. You set good examples. You do great things. But when their hope plummets, there is not a thing you can do to keep training them to get them to do anything. So, number one was I understand. Number two is what made you start with this company in the first place? Let's just chat about that. Now, number three question I want to ask them is, I'm curious. Why are you still here? You're talking to me, so you must kind of want to figure out how to do this. But you just are really discouraged today. If we could help you move somewhere, what do you still want in this business? Is it the same as when you signed up? Has it changed at all? If we were to make something happen, what do you want to have happen with your business and why? The other important thing, so ask them why. Why do you want to do this? What is it you want out of this? Can you see what we're starting to do? We're starting to build up hope. We're starting to build up the why. We're basically saying, what are your goals? But you know what? Goals is a dirty four-letter word to some people. They think it's supposed to mean you're trying to shoot to be a millionaire or an Olympic athlete or something. But goals are big, small. We're just trying to get them to talk about their why without necessarily saying it in that many words, because sometimes that just makes some people uncomfortable, okay? So why do you want it now? What would it do for you? Why would this be something you'd want to do now? And I will call people out. I'll be like, so does it mean this is not the thing for you anymore? And you should see them backpedal. No, I do want it. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? Make them say they want it. Because that is, you can't make them want it. And if they go, I don't think this is for me anymore. And you might have a couple say that. Most will be like, no, wait, I want to do it. But those who say, nope, I'm done. Guess what? You don't spend your energy on them anymore. It's okay. Lesson release. This isn't for everybody. And they may have made new friends. They may have got great product. They may have met some wonderful people. Don't worry about it. And maybe they'll come back another day. Or maybe they'll be in a place where they're feeling more secure. They'll try it again later. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on the people who do want to work. Okay, so I understand. Why were you here in the first place? Why are you here now? Okay, it's so important to understand these things, okay, that Those are the first three things we have to do before we talk about what we're going to do next. Okay? Have you all got those three steps? Can you feel the difference? Now, as leaders, you are going to have somebody message you and they're going to start venting. And you're going to want to go into this mode. They're going to say, I can't find any bookings. I can't do this. And you're going to start typing out, oh, have you tried this? Have you done this? Have you posted this? Blah, blah, blah. How about this? You're going to go into this instant mode of trying to fix it. And you're going to look at that message and you're going to go, whoa, 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 whoa. That is exactly what Michelle told me not to do. And you're going to go, delete, 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 delete. And you're going to go, man, you know what? I understand. Sometimes it just feels really, really hard to find bookings. You know what? Let me just ask you something real quick. Remind me why you started with this. Okay? So just know your tendencies, especially if you're a leader with a really big team, you're going to instantly go into that fix-it mode. Like I've taught you something different right now, and you're like, yeah, that's true. And you're like, with me? But when that team member messages you and your heart, you know how it starts to kind of pound just a little bit? And you're like, no, they're discouraged. I want them moving forward. I want them excited. And you're like, dang it. Because we just hate that negative energy dumped on us. Even though we are there for them, we want to help them. We're totally willing to support them. But boy, it's a heavy load to bear as a leader. Is it not? Does it feel heavy sometimes? Comment heavy if you're just like, and so they're telling you, all this stuff. When you go into that fix-it mode, though, and your heart starts to pound, you're going to have to dig deep to break this habit. Okay? Can you feel how you're going to have to, really think about this after? You're really going to have to, put some reminders on your phone, because that's usually where you get the messages from. Reminder on your computer, because they'll message you on Facebook, okay? You're going to have to put some reminders up, like a big, just if you put the words, I understand, a big old sticky, I understand, chunk, so that you slow down and you don't go into fix-it mode. Because I promise you, when they tell you I can't book parties, you think that they're saying, Susie, tell me how to book parties. They are not. They are telling you, Susie, I am terrified that I'm going to fail and I'm never going to book parties. Okay? If you feel like if that's really the case, comment true. Comment the word true, okay? Because I really want you to feel this. You're so cute. Okay? This is a game changer, my friends. When you slow down and listen, they will then be more willing to be ready for your advice. Okay? All right, so let me tell you a couple other secrets with regards to getting them to take some advice and to take it well and to actually move forward. Okay? Now, no matter what the levels are called in your company, star, gold, or colors, or diamonds, or whatever. Every company has levels. Every company has, things we're shooting for. Whatever the top is called, I promise you, they can only see the next level, maybe. They cannot see that top. I swear to you, it is a huge mistake to try to get people all revved up and wanting the top level, because let me tell you something. People set themselves up for failure. If they're shooting for the top and they don't hit it, they're like, well, yeah, hardly anybody does. Of course I didn't. They set themselves up for failure. But if they're here and they're shooting for the next level, and let's say they need 2,000 in sales and 1 recruit, that's a very common, 2,000 in sales, 2 to 3 recruits. That's a very common kind of amount of volume and team members to get to kind of move up a level, right? And then it's kind of like 5,000s and 10,000s. Those numbers, okay, That's having 1 to 2 parties a week. That's talking to people on a regular basis. It's posting on Facebook. That's just getting business habits. When you cannot get them all like revved up trying to shoot for that top when they have hundreds of team members and thousands of sales. Help them shoot for just the next level. When they think about, okay, so whatever your next level is, so let's say it's something around 2,000, that means they'd make $500 if your commission rate is around 25%. Ask them, I'm just curious, what would it mean to your family, or what would you do with an extra $500? Get them to say it. Get them to visualize it. Get them to really look at it. Whatever the next level would be, if there's a bonus, if there's an amount of commission, that next thing, what would it mean to you and your family? What would you do with it with this much extra money? I want you to bring it down so it's something that they may still have a hard time completely visualizing that they can do, but they can at least dare truly hope for it. Not, oh, I want to be double diamond and this and like this person, and they're saying that, and you're like, you say you want that, but then you never work. They have no idea how much work it takes to be that top level. They are nowhere close to that. They can't even get consistent sales yet. Quit trying to get them to shoot for the stars, okay? You know they're going to miss, or it's going to take a long time before they get there. I promise you, the person, you've all seen this, the person that hits the very next level can act just as excited as the person who just hit the top level, okay? Whatever they hit next, they are ecstatic about. Quit trying to get them to see something sky high when you can't even get them to do consistent sales every week. That just doesn't make any sense. I just tell you that right now, okay? Focus on what they will get, not the action yet. Focus on what they will just get from the very next level and what that would do for them. Are y'all with me? Does that make sense? Okay, did you have a light bulb moment there? Comment light bulb if you had a light bulb moment. Only focus on their next level. Now, it might be midway. You might be getting close to the top of somebody, but only focus on the next one and what they would get out of it and the perks of it, okay? Quit trying, don't go sky high. It just doesn't make any sense, okay? You don't teach a first grader algebra. Quit trying to teach your people. It doesn't matter if they're new or they're just if they've been there 10 years and finally decided to work the business. They're still first graders. Don't teach them algebra, okay? Stay with your basic math. Get them to just do that next thing first. We're trying to create habits, okay? So when I focus on that and see if that's something they even want to shoot for, some will be yes, and some will be, I don't even know if I can do that. Or I don't know if I can do that. Or if they're, yeah, let's go for it. What I like to do is help them make just a 7-day plan, okay? What I say is, you know what? If you had something really good happen in just the next 7 days, and you felt like there was some success and like you could keep moving, if you had something really good happen in just the next 7 days, what would you love that to be? You know, and they're like, sell $300 in product, sign up one new distributor, book a party, right? Are you with me? Those are the kind of things they'd have, right? What would you love to have happen in the next 7 days, okay? When you ask them this and get them to like bring it down, because they are spinning, they've been spinning, they're all freaked out, they're discouraged, they've lost their hope, and you try talking about the top level, you just like make them spin even more. It's just ugly, okay? We bring it down, oh, 7 days, 7 days, oh, that's a week from now, 7 days, okay. One good thing. Now, if they said, like, if you have this next level, and let's say you have, today's only March 2nd, right? And they had a month to work on it, and you know that if you divide it by 4, they'd need to do 500 in sales. or they need to bring in one new distributor or something like that, okay? Let them say what they would love to have happen in the next 7 days. Hopefully it sort of matches what they'd have to do to hit that next level. If it doesn't, okay, if it doesn't match, or if they need to do a little bit more, let me tell you a secret. You ask them, what are your thoughts? Now this is a really key question. Do not ask, would you do this? Do not ask any yes, no questions, especially if you're messaging because you can't see their body language. Ask, what are your thoughts on working towards accomplishing this? Don't say the words goal, it freaks them out. So it doesn't matter what it is. Getting a new recruit, doing this much in sales. What are your thoughts on working towards this in addition to the thing that you said? Okay. What are your thoughts? Thank you. I'm glad you like that. Okay. What are your thoughts? That makes enormous difference. And then they tell you, and they will, okay, so let me tell you, they will sort of lie to you and say, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. What you do is you ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, and you got to put an action. So if it's book a party, you got to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable would you be reaching out to 4 people and hopefully one of them would book? On a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you with that? You have to make it an action, not the end goal. Do you see the difference? Booking a party and contacting 4 people. Booking a party is the end result. Contacting 4 people is the action. You with me? Comment action if you're with me, okay? What are, on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you with contacting 4 people with the goal of booking at least 1 party? Okay? And they're going to tell you. If it is not 7 or above, I am telling you, they ain't going to do it. Okay? When their fear is higher than their excitement. Boom! Y'all told me. I asked out of 10 people, how many follow your advice? You guys said 1 or 2. Because you didn't find out the action that you told them, how scared they were to do it. And if you had asked them, on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you with taking the advice I just told you? You all would have heard, except for maybe that one person who took the advice, you all would have heard below a 5. True story, okay? The fear cannot be higher. Okay, are you with me? Fear cannot be higher. So, if they say 7, 8, 9, 10, you're good to go, they're probably going to do it, okay? If they're like, 3, and you're like, ah, dang, girl, you ain't ready for that. Okay, so we go, all right, okay, let's step back. 3, you don't need to say, you ain't going to do it then. No way, let's try again. I said, let's back it up. Let's do something a little more comfortable. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm the question queen, and there's some other steps you can do to help them get some hope. You say, why don't we just post a question about product today? Let's just see who comments, who might be someone good to talk to about product, but let's back it up and see if we make a list. How about we just make a list of 10 people you thought about talking to about booking a party? You want to back it up until when you ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you? And they say a 7 or higher, then you know that, you remember when you told me 1 out of 10, take your advice? That's when your ratios are going to start going up, okay? Now, the last piece you have to do, and I know y'all will, there's a bunch of you that fight this because there's people who have the opposite advice. I tell them, okay, let's get your calendar out. What day and time are you going to do that? My friends, people are coming into this business and they are not trained business owners. Okay? They are moms, they are teachers, they are nurses, they, you know, work at regular 9 to 5 places and make hourly wages. They are not business owners. They might even have a degree in business. That doesn't mean they are trained to be business women yet. Do you understand me? They do not have business habits. Most of us are used to going to work and being told this is what you're going to do while you're here today, and you don't have to figure it out. You do it, you check it off, and you got it done. That means you got paid that day. People have to make their own list, have to make their own schedules, have to fit it in with their families, and you have to train them how to do that. Don't expect them to be able to do that completely on their own. It has nothing to do with intelligence. It has nothing to do with skill. It's not a habit. Y'all know if you try to change your eating habits or sleeping habits or anything like that, that it takes practice. It is not something that just happens, okay? Don't expect them to have business habits. So ask them, let's get out your calendar. What day and time can you do that? And they tell you, and you go, awesome, Wednesday at 6. I'm going to message you at 8 to hear about the great success that you had. Not if it worked, not yay or nay, just hear about the success that you had. Okay? You've got to get the excitement higher than the fear. You've got to help them find an action that they're willing to take, that the fear is lower than the excitement, and you've got to help them create business habits by actually scheduling their action into their calendar. Okay? When you do these 3 things, you will see a huge difference. Okay? Can I list those 3 again? Sure. Okay. I'm trying to remember what I said. You've got to, what did I say? Okay, Kelly, now you're testing me. This is all recorded. You've got to get their excitement higher than their fear. You've got to help them decide on an action, okay, that they'll actually take. And you've got to help them then make the habits to take that action and put it into their calendar, okay? Those 3 things have to happen before you start giving all your great advice. Are you with me, my friends? If you've had some aha moments today, please comment aha, okay? This takes a little bit extra time, but aren't you sick and tired as a leader of wasting time? You talked to 10 people, 1 took your advice, 9 people wasted your time, right? 9 people wasted your time. I know y'all are going to say, but this takes longer. Then talk to 5 people and have 4 of them follow your advice, for heaven's sakes, okay? Please stop giving them business advice when they message you and they're venting. That is not what they want to hear from you, okay? The other thing is, a lot of you heard me talk about this with sales, that you don't ever tell somebody about a product until you ask them permission to share it with them. You do not give business advice. And this is a great way to test, okay? This is a great way to test. I'm curious, would it be okay if I give you a couple ideas on how to book parties? If you hear, yeah, I want some ideas. I don't know, they're never going to, if they just keep, they're saying, I just need to get over my fear, okay? Asking permission before you give advice will keep them from putting up walls. You know those team members who don't respond to your messages, who don't reply to anything, and who you kind of like, there's a little bit of, you're not feeling that closeness with them? They kind of started seeing you as that, that person in their life, whether it was a parent or a teacher or someone who just like told them advice but didn't necessarily slow down and understand them, okay? There's kind of that, there's becoming walls between you. There's that, parent mentality instead of this leader who loves me and wants me to be successful. I mean, parents do too, but you know what I'm saying, okay? When you don't stop and ask, may I share with you a few ideas? They will put walls up and they won't hear with your gut, not hear with your ears. They won't hear and feel what you're saying as much. This is a great tip to use with your kids too. Ask permission before you give advice. Okay? It really goes a long way. And it kind of like brings it down because they're like talking, and you're trying to like counteract what they're saying with some tips and advice. And they're going, yeah, but. And you're going, yes, but this works, just do it. And they're, y'all get that? Even on a messenger, like you can't hear it, but you can see it. And it's a horrible feeling. Is it not? Just horrible. It's a horrible feeling, right? When you're trying to give them advice and they're saying, yeah, but, and it's just, or even if you're doing it with your child, it's horrible. It's horrible, okay? Don't do that. Ask permission, take these steps, get them to say what they want. Okay, does this make sense? I really want to help you with this. Now, so our time is up. I have a bunch of other advice for you with regards to, trying to find my power cord here. I don't want to die on you. There we go. There's a lot of other ways to take them through action, to help them set goals, to help them create habits, to help them find new customers, to help them get more hope, to help them face their fears, okay? We have a lot more of this because you can kind of see, like, this is the tip of the iceberg. It's like, oh, can you imagine if you just broke this one habit and replaced it with this skill? So we have a lot of other things to add to that. So we have a really awesome team leader training that we're doing. This is going to help you listen to them, give them business advice. It's going to help you know what to post in your Facebook groups, how to keep the engagement high there, how to keep the excitement up, how to build team leaders. Because remember how I said just focus on the next level. Don't focus clear peer, focus on the next level. We've moved people up in their levels a lot faster than the average because we don't focus clear peer. We're just 100%, let's just, what do we got to do to go here? We spend all our energy there. So then it happens faster because we're not bouncing all over, okay? We have some great advice for you that's going to help you build those leaders, going to help you connect, going to help you save time and work smarter. All those things are going to help so much smarter. So Shannon, grab it without the end of that contact key. Grab that training, just the team training part. That might work when they click on it, but it's only $79. Now we're going to do it for 2 hours per day for a Tuesday in the morning. Well, it's about this time on a Tuesday, and we're going to help you with this for 4 weeks, and we're going to have a Facebook group, okay? We know that when you change, there you go, girl, thanks, hon. We know that when you change these habits, you are going to see something totally different happen with your team. We know that this is one of the biggest challenges that is faced in the direct sales industry is how do I help other people promote? How do I grow a team? How do I make it so I'm selling one night and I have 60 other people selling one night and I actually can make those higher incomes? And how do I teach them to then do the same thing? Okay? How about building a team? So Tony, you want to know the exciting news, Tony? When you sign up for this training, so you're talking more recruiting, Tony, personal recruiting, or we definitely teach you how to explain this. Okay, so this training that I'm talking about that we're going to do for 2 hours a day for 4 Tuesdays, okay, Tony, that is about coaching new team members, current team members, building leaders, okay? But here's the good news. We had a really awesome sponsoring weekend. It's called our sponsoring, and opportunity nights. You can do really cool, like they're like Facebook parties, but they're opportunity recruiting nights. We did a whole weekend on that, and we have all the videos for that. That is a $69 training we're giving that to you for free. You get to watch all those on your own and learn how to recruit with that training. You get that one for free when you sign up for the team building training, which you'll get to do with me live for 2 hours on Tuesdays through March. And that one's $79. Okay? So, yes, freaking way, Kelly. Okay? So you're going to get our recruiting. Now, just so you know, I won't be talking about recruiting in the lives. That will be on you to watch those videos and do that on your own. Okay? But, oh, so glad you love it. So it is going to be super amazing. So most people know me as the question queen. If you've been here with me forever, you know, a lot of you know that. But the thing is, I actually won awards in team building, recruiting, getting my team to recruit. I'm very big about modeling for them and doing 3-way conversations. Okay, that is what I do. That is the thing I always won awards in. It's not like my sales sucked, because they didn't, but I love to train. And I'm going to teach you about this thing called motivational styles. That's going to be a huge thing. It says it's on Mondays. That's a good question. Let me double check, Amy. Let me see what I have it on my calendar as. Maybe I did put it on Mondays. I get different trainings going. I can't remember my own name sometimes. Oh, it is on Mondays. Thank you, Amy. My bad. It is on Mondays. Okay, and it's all recorded. So if you can't be there during the day, I try to do it where it would fall in a lot of people's lunch periods, and you may not be able to be there for the whole thing, but you'd be there to ask some questions. So it's at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern, and so it's for 2 hours. Thank you. Thank you, Amy. Thank you for checking my blood sugar is really low because of the stupid flu. I can't seem to eat anything. Anyway, I will be fine, but it's like I'm really trying today. Thanks, girl. So it's going to be for 4 Mondays, okay? And it's $79. Is that right? Did I say the right price? I'm pretty sure I am. So you're going to get the free recordings with that. Yeah, I know. I am trying. I swear I am. And so you'll get the recruiting videos, but then you'll get to work with me with team training. So we are going to talk about new recruit training, because we didn't get to go into that today, but I'm really passionate about teaching them how to ask questions from the beginning and not asking favors of their friends and family. They don't need to do that to be successful, okay? Let's make sure they preserve all their relationships, and then teaching them how to recruit by you doing like 3-way conversations on Facebook Messenger or text. There's all these things I'm going to show you how to do so that your time is maximized, okay? This is a much smarter, more effective way to build a team, and meaning train them so they're doing their thing. So we're not talking about recruiting. We're talking about team building and coaching training, okay? We're going to talk about incentives, when to give incentives, what kind of incentives to give, and guess what? I say team members are like children. Unless you had quadruplets all at the same time, which there's, you know, a few now and then, most of us have children all different ages, right? They don't get all the same rewards. They don't get all the same incentives. They don't get all the same time, money, energy. Neither should your team, okay? I don't believe in giving the same incentives across the board for everybody. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to have a lot of really, really awesome things, okay? Tony, PayPal. So if you will message me on Facebook, I will, we will figure that out for you. I can take PayPal. It's not on the website, but I can give you my PayPal account and we can get that all figured out. Well, actually, it's not that hard. You might, okay. So it's just michelle.goals, goals@gmail.com. That is my PayPal account, Tony. That's my email address. That's not my business email address, so please don't email me there with questions. But you can go pay the $79 there. And then, Shannon, can you put, oh, there you go. Shannon's on it. You're awesome. So that's my profile. And then we just have to go in and manually turn on your training. because you didn't go through our normal system, but we can do all that, okay? And Shannon, can you give her my business address, the Michelle at creativesuccesssystems.com? My assistant checks my email, and she can also help you with that, okay? Alrighty, so I'm super excited you were here with me today. I hope that you learned a ton. I am so glad that you're excited and that you guys saw so many aha moments, because we really, really, really want to help you take your business to the next level. We know there's a better way to train, and everybody who's doing certain trainings right now, their hearts are in the right place. They're really, really trying. But we know there's a better way to connect with people. We know there's a better way to help people feel really good, okay? Yeah, sending me a business email. My assistant helps me a lot with messaging because I get a little behind sometimes. There's just always lots of good things going on. Alrighty, so if you have any other questions, comment down below. Shannon, have you seen any questions on Facebook that I need to answer? Any questions here? I'm not very good at talking and reading comments. From Remy, what if your upline doesn't interact with you that much, possibly due to distance? So Remy, bless your heart, I'm so sorry if that's happening. I'm going to tell you, my advice to you is find a trainer that you like and you trust. If it's me, if it's somebody else's style, your business is your business. So even if your upline doesn't interact with you, every business I had, you know, the people that, well, not all of them, my first one, the person that was most successful that could have helped me was like 3 up for me. And I was good friends with the person who recruited me, but I was going about, you know, she wanted to be a hobbyist, which was fine, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I wanted to build a business, and so we were in 2 totally different places, you know, with our goals. Not everybody is ever going to have that perfect leader and trainer that they want. And the interesting thing is, so I just had a gal I work with, she's with Unique, and she went black in February, and she's just so gracious because she knows how much I've helped her, and I've been able to work with her because she didn't happen to have a trainer that could help, you know, sorry, not a trainer, a upline that could really help her the way she would have liked to. So Remy, I'm just telling you, the sky is the limit with your business. Go and find trainers, books, other people in your company that will share ideas with you. Just because your upline doesn't interact with you the way you want, that means nothing, girl, okay? You can accomplish anything you want to accomplish, even if you don't have the perfect upline. So just find somebody else that can help you accomplish your goals and mentor you, and maybe you hire a trainer, maybe you find, you know, their group in your company, but there's always a way to do it, and we would love to work with you. So let us know your goals. We have other coaching programs. This one we're just talking about team building, but if you're somewhere more, you're just trying to get your sales going and consistency in your business, we have other stuff that we can do. So, okay, that sounds good? Oh, perfect. Awesome, Tony. So that should give me, and Tony, have you signed, could you give Shannon, well, I should find it in the email. I just want to make sure I connect sometimes people like your name's Tony, so sometimes your name is something like beautiful and longer that you put it in our system, like when you sign up for the free webinar, okay? There you go, okay? And, oh, perfect, okay. And I'll get your PayPal receipt, and then we'll go find you in Infusionsoft, and we'll get you all hooked up, okay? Alrighty, my friends. So please share the word. We would love to have as many people join us for this team building experience that we're going to be having starting in March. Well, it is March next week. And there's another webinar like this tonight. And hopefully everybody got their Oh, you're so welcome, Tony. You're super welcome. All right, y'all. Have a great one. Thanks for hanging with me. Remember, there's always someone who needs you, and these kind of wording is really going to help you be that kind of leader you want to be. All right? Any other questions? Anything else I need to do, Shannon? Thank you, Shannon. You're so awesome. Oh, I'm so glad, Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. I miss seeing you. So glad to hear from you. You don't think so? Okay. So, the Facebook page and the Facebook group. Wow, the Facebook Live is looking funky. I'm going to put the, here's the Facebook page. Can you grab the Facebook group, Shannon? I see, Miss Tony. And then, oh, there she goes. So be sure and like our Facebook page and join our Facebook group because there's always fun things going on there. All right. And next week's training, what are we doing? I think we're doing it on, what is our next week's training, Shannon? I think I got through about as many brain cells as I had left. You've been busy doing question trees? I'm so proud of you, Stephanie. You're so awesome. That's fantastic. I love hearing that. Okay, I know our next week's event. Facebook groups for phenomenal follow-up. And then the next one we're going to do about how to attract and maintain AutoShip clients, which is going to be kind of a similar subject, but they're going to be really, really awesome. You're going to love it. Okay, so be sure and sign up for those, and just know we always have fun things coming up, all right? All right, have a great day. I'm going to see if I can get some more food in me and have a little more energy before tonight's webinar. All right, send me some healing vibes, guys. Have a good one. Thank you.